All right, on this second day of the 31 days of Halloween horror, our theme today is Tim Burton. Mm-hmm. So, somewhat on the nose, I'll say.
Yes.
But you, unfortunately, because we've discussed this before, your pick was also my pick. But it's not like the man is completely devoid of other, content, horror content. So for me, I went a bit askew. I wouldn't necessarily refer to it as directly horror, but still, it's horror themed. I choose the somewhat new relevancy, because it's got a sequel now, Beetlejuice.
Yeah, yep.
Arguably Keaton, one of his most iconic roles outside of Batman. And I mean, everything's great about it except for one small thing that we're just not really going to dwell on.
Although I would say two at this point in light of other recent events.
That's fair. But, and it's not what this is about, but it's a classic. Mm-hmm. We've probably all seen it. I know anyone from my generation has. Yes. We grew up with it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a great film. It obviously does, have some issues with certain people who were in it and stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's still a great film. It's a fun watch. Yeah, and it's really what it's about. It's a fun watch. So that's my pick because I can't pick your pick.
Yeah, and. My pick for Tim Burton is Sleepy Hollow. Yeah. Which is Tim Burton's... It's as much of an adaptation of the short story as it is just a love letter to Hammer Studios.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep. You've got Ichabod Crane, who's not a school teacher in this film. No, he's like early forensics investigator, which is...
But it works.
Interesting, yeah.
He's still an intellectual inside of his community, ostracized from his community because of his intellect.
Yes, and it's, science versus superstition.
Yep. But at the exact same time, he's also shown where, in both stories, he's shown that science isn't always going to solve your problems. Which, it's not per se a real thing, but I like especially for the time it was a nice story. Yes. And I think he adapts it and he modernizes it well. Also, I have to bring up, the cast is amazing.
Oh, yeah, yes. Yeah, and... Christopher Lee makes a cameo. That's just like a hint of the iceberg that's in this movie. Yes. You've got Michael Gough. You've got Michael Gambon. You've got Christina Ricci, who's stunning.
In an amazing role.
Yes.
In an amazing role.
You got Miranda Richardson, who plays two different characters in this movie, who's really, really good.
One of Johnny Depp's best roles. Yeah. And I honestly think it's one of Burton's best films.
Yes. Yep. Christopher Walken hamming it up as the Headless Horseman.
I was waiting for that. I was going to point out that Christopher Walken proving that he is scarier with a head than without a head.
Oh, and a little bit of trivia. The Headless Horseman, when he's headless, is Ray Park, Darth Maul himself. Oh, really?
I actually didn't know that. Yep. Wow. All right. Rock on.
Yep. All right, so those are our selections for day 2 for Tim Burton as part of the 31 Days of Halloween Horror Challenge from the kind folks at Nightmare on Film Street. Join us tomorrow when the theme is revenge.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. So until then, this is Mackenzie Lambert.
And John Cleveland.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.